For this lesson, you're going to get to know the Noteflight Editor by notating a familiar melody. You'll need to choose a melody that you know pretty well. Maybe it's something from your method book or an ensemble piece that you've been working on. Ideally, it's a melody that's about 8 to 16 measures long. Once you've logged into your Noteflight account, the first thing you'll do is create a new score. We'll use the Create button in the upper left-hand corner. From there, you can just choose a blank score to start with. We'll have a chance to change the instrument in just a minute. Now that you're in the editor, the first thing you'll add is the title of the melody you've chosen. For this, I'm going to use Mozart Melody from the Essential Elements book. If your melody has a composer, you can add that. And if there's a lyricist or subtitle, you can add those as well, but they might not be there. Once you've added the title and the composer, the next step is to go find the score menu. Now, if you don't see a score menu at the top of your page, you'll want to click on the 3 lines and locate the score menu. Click on it so there's an orange check mark next to it. Once you've done that, it'll show up at the top of your page. We're going to turn off concert pitch, so you'll click on the little tuning fork. Then we're going to go over to the parts menu. This is where you'll select your instrument. You'll see that right now it's set to piano, but when you click on the pencil, you have a whole bunch of different options. You can choose a vocal part, a voice part. You can choose strings, woodwind, brass, again, any number of different things. So for this example, I'm going to choose the flute. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and close my parts menu. Now, once I've selected my part, now I need to think about the time signature and the key signature. They're both going to be in the measure menu. Again, my measure menu is visible at the top. If yours isn't, you can find it over here in the left-hand hamburger menu. Okay, so we're going to make sure that our time signature is correct. So a Mozart melody is in 4/4, so I don't need to worry about changing the time signature, but if I did, there it is. And then I need to think about the key signature for this piece. So a Mozart melody for the flute is in the key of concert B flat. So I'm going to select concert B flat. Now I'm ready to add the notation for this song. Okay, so thinking about how we start, Mozart melody starts with a quarter note. So I'm going to go up to my duration menu and find a quarter note. Now, right now it says quarter rest. Let me show you why that's okay. If I come down here with my mouse, I'm going to click on the 3rd line. That's my B line for my B flat. And now I have a quarter note B flat. And I'm going to continue to do that for each note. So now I have the first 4 notes of my melody. And I was doing that by I had selected the quarter note and I click on the staff where I want the notes to go. Now, that's just fine, but another way I can do that is using my computer keyboard. So the next 2 notes are G's. So if I type the letter G, that G will appear as a quarter note. Okay, it's looking good so far. However, what if I want that F to be a half note instead? So I'm just going to select the F, go up to my duration menu, click on half note, and now it's changed to a half note. So let's go over to the next menu and I can continue my melody. Quarter note. I'm using my computer keyboard to enter the pitches. Now I'm going to show you another trick. Remember how I said that I'd like this to be a half note, so I can click on the note and then go up to the half note and select that. If I'd like to do it a little faster, my other option uses the bracket keys on my computer keyboard. They're located next to the letter P. So now that I have this note highlighted, if I click on the right bracket, it will make the note longer. If I click on the left bracket, it makes it shorter. The right bracket makes it longer. Okay. So at this point, you might say, well, I've run out of measures. What do I do? It's very simple. Up in your measure menu, the plus sign will add additional measures for you. So at this point, the next thing that you'll need to do is go through and add the rest of the notation for your piece. Okay, you'll notice I clicked on the letter F and now it made a low F. What if I don't want a low F, but I need a high F? I can use my arrow keys to drag it up. That will work. I can also use the command arrow to jump an entire octave. So on a Mac, it's command arrow. On a PC, control arrow. It'll jump an entire octave by doing that. Okay, I'm going to continue entering my melody. Okay, now I have my entire melody in, and that's good. Notes are there, the rhythms are there. But we need to think about what else goes in the music. And depending on what piece you're looking at, you could have any number of different things that you'll need to add to your melody. So a couple things that you might want to look for. One could be accidentals, sharps, flats, and natural signs. If you have accidentals in your piece, you're going to find them in the pitch menu, sharps, flat, and natural signs. To use those in your piece, you would simply, again, select the note and then select the correct accidental to go with it. Okay, so there's the accidentals. You might have articulations in your piece that you need to add in. To find the articulations, go to your hamburger menu, scroll down to see articulations, and if we click on that, it'll now show up on your upper menu, or we can simply select what we need. I'm going to add the articulation menu to the top. All right, so now I see my articulations. I've got slurs, accents, staccato, tenuto. Okay, so everything I could need there. To use the articulations, same as we have done before, select the note you're looking to do. You'll know it's selected when it's colored in orange. And then you'll add, let's add the staccato to it. I'll add the staccato symbol. And maybe I want a staccato on the next note as well. I'll make those staccato. Now, those are your articulations. Maybe you need to add dynamics. So let's go up to the hamburger menu. We're going to find dynamics. We'll bring our dynamics up to the top. You'll see over here, now here's my dynamics menu. This is going to allow me to add the expression text, the crescendo and decrescendo symbols. So let's say maybe I'm going to start the piece mezzo forte. So I click on the expression text and I can simply type in MF. And now I have my mezzo forte at the beginning. Maybe there's a decrescendo or diminuendo in the piece. I click on that and I can use the little squares, the handles, to determine how long that symbol should be. Let's see. If there's other things that you need to add into your piece, but you're not sure where to find them, maybe you need to put a fermata somewhere in, but you have no idea what menu to find the fermata. Simply go up to the guide button, type in fermata. It'll tell you where to find it. So if I scroll down, I hover my mouse over the instructions. It says I'm going to find it in the tempo menu, fermata. And if I look over to the left-hand side of the screen, you'll notice there's an arrow pointing to where you can find that fermata. So now you know where to find something that you might need for your piece of music. So at this point, your job is to add anything else that there might be. If there's dynamics, if there's articulations, any kind of tempo text, anything that you see in your melody, make sure it appears here in your Noteflight score. Good luck.